Hey knitters, I'm going to show you how to do the Italian bind off and the tubular bind off. They're essentially the same, they end the same way, but they do begin a little differently. If you're doing the tubular bind off, you can just start right from here when you've got knit one, purl one, rib. So we've got columns of the knit stitch and columns of the purl stitch. For the Italian bind off, we need to do 2 setup rows. And for both bind offs, we're going to need 2 locking stitch markers and a tapestry needle. Okay, so for the Italian bind off, we have to either do 2 or 4 rounds of double knitting. Okay, so we're going to start off by slipping or by working the knit stitches and slipping the purl stitches with the yarn in front. So we're going to do 1 round of that. And then the following round will be slipping the knit stitches with the yarn in back and purling the purl stitches. So we can start off using the English method, knit 1, yarn in front, slip 1, knit 1. We're going to slip the purl stitch with the yarn in front. And if we want to do that continental, knit 1, slip the purl stitch with the yarn in front. Let me get to the end of the round and I'll demonstrate the following row. Okay, we're almost to the end of the first round. We're knitting 1, slipping 1 purlwise. So the next round, we're going to do just the opposite. Now, what this does is to kind of separate the knit and purl stitches into 2 different fabrics. The knit stitches will end up at the front of the fabric and the purl stitches will end up at the back of the fabric. So when this round is done, I'm going to slip some stitches off the needle just so you can see how that works. Now, I said you could either do 2 or 4 rounds of this, and I would leave that to the discretion of the pattern writer. I'm doing a sweater now from Petite Knits, and this is for the bind off at the end of the sleeves and at the hem. And she just has you do 2 rounds on that particular pattern. I haven't done, this is the first pattern of hers that I've done, so I don't know if they're all that way or not. But you can either do 2 or 4. Okay, so now this time we're going to slip the knit stitches with the yarn in back, and then we're going to purl the purl stitches. Slip with yarn in back and purl. And doing that continental style, slip with yarn in back, purl 1. Slip with yarn in back, purl 1. I'll go ahead and work to the end of the round, and then I'm going to slip the needle out so you can see how the knit stitches will lay to the front and the purl stitches to the back before we start the grafted bind off, which is either the Italian bind off or the tubular. So they're both really the same at that point. Okay, we're almost to the end of this round. So again, we're still slipping 1 with yarn in back, purl 1, slip 1 with yarn in back, purl 1. Now we're going to get started on our grafting, but first I'm going to show you what these stitches look like now that we've done the 2 rounds of what is essentially double knitting. So you're only working half of the stitches on each row or round. You can do this whole thing flat too. I'm demonstrating it in the round, but it works just the same flat. Your slip stitches will be different because you're flipping it around. So on the wrong side row, you're still going to be knitting the knits and slipping the pearls, but that's just because you're working from the back rather than from the front. So let me slip a couple of these stitches off and see how the 2 knit stitches are here to the front, the 2 purl stitches are there to the back. So let me slip those back on the needle. Okay. Now in this grafting together or Italian bind off or tubular bind off, we're going to need to cut our yarn, and we need it to be 3 times as long as our knitting, plus a little extra. So that's 1 time, 2, and 3. So we will just cut this. Now each stitch is going to be touched twice. And the first 2 stitches on the needle will only be touched once at the beginning of the round, and then they'll be touched for the second time at the end of the round. So we need to mark those stitches because we're going to have to put those back on the needle at the end of the round. So I'm going to mark the first knit stitch with this black marker, and that will go in front of the work. And we'll use the blue marker on the second stitch, and that's going to lay in the back of the work, which is really how those stitches would fall naturally, as we just demonstrated. Okay. This is a 4-step process, and I will put the 4 steps up on the screen as well as say them over and over. Okay. So we've got our tapestry needle onto the yarn. We're going to go into the first stitch as if to knit and slip it off. Then we're going into the second stitch on the needle, which is the first stitch was a knit stitch. The second stitch on the needle now is also a knit stitch. So you're working in pairs. So knit, knit, purl, purl. So the second stitch on the needle, we're going into as if to purl. And of course, that one will stay on the needle because it can't really slip off. There's another stitch in front of it. Now we'll go into the first stitch as if to purl. And we're going to slip that off. And we need to go into the second stitch as if to knit, but we need to do that bringing the yarn between the 2 stitches. So now it's in the front, but it came to the front between those 2 stitches, and we go into that stitch as if to knit. Okay, into the first stitch as if to knit and slip it off. Into the second stitch as if to purl, leave it on. Into the first stitch as if to purl, and we're going to slip this one off. And then we're going to come in between those 2 stitches so that we can go into the second stitch as if to knit. And I don't have to pull my needle all the way through. We've got this needle with a little bend at the end, and we can just kind of turn it sideways and go in as if to knit and leave that on. Now you can combine steps 1 and 2 and also combine steps 3 and 4 to make this process a little bit quicker. So to do that, we go into the first stitch as if to knit, not pulling the yarn through yet, and then into the second stitch. The first stitch was as if to knit, second stitch as if to purl. Now, so that was steps 1 and 2. For steps 3 and 4, we go into the first stitch as if to purl, into the second stitch, in between those 2, as if to knit, and leave that on. So we'll just continue this until we're almost all the way to the end, and then we're going to put these 2 stitches that were at the very beginning of the round back on the needle before we get to the end. Okay, you can always, if you forget where you're at, you can always look at the last column of stitches, and this is a column of knits. So I know we're starting with steps 1 and 2. Into the first as if to knit, slip it off, into the second as if to purl, and leave it on. And you want to pull the yarn till it's snug, but not tight. Okay, steps 3 and 4, into the first stitch as if to purl, into the second stitch as if to knit. Okay, into the first stitch as if to knit, slip that up, into the second stitch as if to purl. And one more time with steps 3 and 4, and then I'll work to the end and show you that process. So into the first as if to purl, in between the 2 stitches, and then into that second stitch as if to knit. Okay, I'll be back in a few minutes. I'm still in the middle of the row, but I want to show you something because I'm working this on the magic loop and we're almost to the end of the first needle. So we are into the first stitch as if to purl and slip it off, into the second stitch as if to knit, and we're leaving that on. Just to make the next steps easier, we're going to just slide the needle through these stitches so that they're snug up against the stitches on the other half of the work. And we'll just pull this down to the end and then we'll do the second half. Okay, so we've got 4 stitches left in the round, so we're going to go ahead and scoot our needle over so we can pick up stitches 1 and 2 in the round. Okay, so here's stitch 1, and we need to get it oriented on the needle like it normally would be with the front leg of the needle closer to the right. So we've got that on. That's pretty straightforward getting that on. On the purl stitch, you have to kind of come around to the back of the stitch and get that on. And actually, nope, that is correct. So that it is facing the right way. Okay, now we'll slide those back and we're gonna Italian bind off these stitches. And then when we get to these last 2 stitches, we're just going to go through each of them once. But since they've already been gone through once I've done the step at the end, then we'll just be able to slip those stitches off the needle. Okay, so we're see a column of knits here. So we're going to start with steps 1 and 2. And then we're going to do steps 3 and 4. Slip it off, go in purlwise, slip it off, come in between, go in knitwise, and leave it on. Okay, so now we're going to be getting to this first stitch of the round. So into the first stitch knitwise, into the second stitch purlwise. So that's the second time that particular stitch has been touched. Into the first stitch purlwise, and then we're coming in between the 2 stitches and into that stitch knitwise. And now we will be able to just slip those 2 stitches off the needle. That is our tubular bind off. We will need to, right here, it looks a little bit funky, but what I do is come back in and go into this stitch next to it and kind of pull that over. It's my tail in there. Get rid of that. And then you can also look at these stitches from the front and pull them up so that they look like a knit stitch. There we go. There's our tubular bind off or Italian bind off. And this is actually an Italian bind off because we did the 2 setup rounds of double knitting before we did the bind off. Thank you for watching. Happy knitting. Come back again.